So today, we have a few different things going on. Number one, I want to get new shrimp for the beta aquarium. I guess that's kind of why you clicked on this video, because you guys want to see that. Number two, I want to go to Target. I'll talk more about why later. That doesn't really matter at the moment. And the third thing, well, that's what I'm doing right now. So I was here maybe 2 months ago filming a clip for the YouTube channel, and when I was here I showed you guys the turtles, and I really started to notice how many turtles are in this lake slash pond type thing. So this time I brought some turtle food and we're gonna give them a snack. Alright, time to find our first turtle victim of getting free food. I guess you're not really a victim if you're gonna be getting free food. I don't know, I'm not too good at the whole English language type grammar stuff. Alright, I'm just going to throw a tiny piece of the spread out there and see if anyone comes to eat it. Not much has happened when I've been sitting here for the past 5 minutes. The bread is still in the middle of the water. I don't see any turtles around. Maybe we'll have to move in a second to get somewhere where the turtles will decide to eat it. But when I'm sitting here, I was scrolling through all my old YouTube videos, and I noticed the birds are not real video has some very, very interesting comments. You know, I'm surprised anyone ended up ever seeing this video. It has 1,200 views, which I'm very shocked about because it maybe took me 20 minutes to make it slash post it and edit it and everything, and I just never envisioned anyone seeing this. But the comments on it, funniest YouTube comments ever. I actually eat pigeons. What do you mean that they are drones? Well, first off, that comment has a lot of things wrong with it. First off, who eats pigeons? Pigeons don't seem like they would taste that good, in my opinion. Second off, they are birds, so therefore they could be drones, but they could also not be drones. I'm not saying I believe that birds aren't real, but then I'm also not saying that they aren't not real. Ever wonder why America is losing its world standing? This kid is missing sense. Well, I'm sorry to say, I'm still here. Or maybe I'm not actually here. Maybe I'm really a drone. Because they replaced me with that, because they wanted me to still be here. I found a turtle. It's a turtle, everyone. It's gonna eat the bread. Yay! Well, moral of the story, the birds are not real video was really interesting. Alright, the game plan is simple. Whoever gets to this piece of bread first wins it. Wow, I'm really channeling my inner Mr. Beast. Go get it, turtles! Woo! They're swimming. They're all swimming. Ooh, close one. 2 of them got half, and then there was another one that tried biting on it but didn't get any. This piece of bread is going as far as I can throw it. Okay, in my defense, the wind was blowing the other way. I would have thrown it all the way across that pond, but the wind was not working with me. We have a new battery in the camera. We are back from the park. I think we're good to go. So for those of you who don't know what I was talking about when I was talking about getting the freshwater shrimp and what aquarium they're going to be going in, they're going to be going in this one right here with my glow betta fish. As you can see, this tank has a little bit of algae, and I think some freshwater shrimp would be great in here to help clean that up. But then also, I think they'd just be such a great contrast to have in here with that little glow betta. So I've had freshwater shrimp in the past, but I've never actually had them with that betta in specific. So when we get them, we're going to hope she doesn't eat them. But if she does, at least she had a nice little snack. But it just really depends on betta fish. Some love to hang out with shrimp, some just eat them, straight out eat them. So we'll see what happens, but I think it'll look pretty good in there. So we will get the shrimp for that tank in just a bit, but before we do that, I don't know if you guys noticed anything different in here. The merch rack is not currently there. Why, you may ask, is it not there? That's because we're doing a complete rebranding on the merch website. I put an announcement on Instagram a few days ago on the NSDP brand. I don't really need to get into that right now, but the reason I'm talking about the merch rack not being there is I think it'd be nice to have something to fill in the space. Some sort of chair or futon would be great, so why not head to Target, see what we can find there. Also, when we're there, why not pick up some Prime? They do sell it there, so, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. To Target.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I've made it to one of the many furniture aisles, but I was thinking, this looks kind of cool. It's a ottoman, but then I think it could also work as a pretty good chair type thing slash futon-ish, but I don't know, it's just an idea. We have a bunch of options around here, so we just need to see what we can find. You know, I didn't even think of bean bags. That could be a great idea. Ooh, look at this. That's epic. It's a shark-themed bean bag, and it even has a fin, but the sad part is it's made for a kid. I don't think it would fit me. Otherwise, I think this would probably be the perfect beanbag type thing for my room, but we'll keep looking. A lot of chairs. I definitely don't want any of these. I ended up deciding that none of the futon type chair things that they had here would be good enough for me. I just didn't really like any of them. Maybe another day we can come back to find something. But do you know what I did find? Prime Hydration. Hashtag not sponsored, but this stuff is actually pretty good. Logan Paul did a good job. Alright, what flavor should we get? Or should we just get all of them? I think I'll just take my favorite 3 flavors, which are lemon lime, blue raspberry, tropical punch. They're definitely the best, so why not take them? Let's go. We are back from Target, and I did not find a chair type thing, but I found some other cool things that I want to show you. First off, we have Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. I had the entire collection, except I did not have this book, so I figured why not cop it, that way we have the entire collection. And then I got some Prime Hydration drinks. First we got the Tropical Punch, Blue Raspberry, and then of course the Lemon Lime. I'm gonna go stick those in my fridge in a second because they taste 10 times better cold. Highly recommend putting them in the fridge than drinking them if you decide to get any. But that's pretty much everything from Target. No love seat / futon thing, as I said. But I was at the Georgia Aquarium maybe 2 months ago. I was in Atlanta for a concert, but then the next day I decided to go to the Georgia Aquarium, and I filmed a bunch of cool clips there. So here's maybe a 30-second to a minute montage of the Georgia Aquarium. Let's go. I hope you guys like those clips of the Georgia Aquarium, but now it's time to get shrimp for the Glow Beta fish tank. I'm at the pet store. They have a bunch of different cool stuff here. I'll throw some clips up in a second, but I just saw the shrimp that I wanted to get, so I think we're just gonna go ahead, get them, and be out of here. I'm now back home from the pet store. We ended up getting 3 cherry shrimp. I originally was going to get a few different shrimp that were all in different colors, but they didn't have any except the red color, so I said, you know what? Red works. But I think it's the time that we've all been waiting for. It's time to put these cherry shrimp into the beta tank. Take the lid off. I just put the shrimp in that pitcher. They're acclimated with temperature and water type, and now it's time to move them. Alright, who wants to be first? I got one, here we go. Oh, look at that. It looks so good. This tank has definitely needed something else for a bit now, but I think the shrimp are just going to make it perfect. Now we have 2 more to put in. Oh, one's in, the other one's still in the net. And they have all made their way out into the tank. The shrimps were definitely a worthwhile buy. 10 out of 10 recommend freshwater shrimp. They look really, really cool. And that's pretty much everything I have to say about the beta tank. But I have something that I've been waiting to show you guys for a very, very, very long time. Or kind of ask you about for a long time. And I just remembered, so here you go. The Prime's cold now. It's really good. So I went to Aquashella maybe half a year ago. It was the Dallas 2021 one. Or 2021 one. The one that was in 2021. That Aquashella. And I got a few different things there. They had a bunch of free stuff that they were handing out. But one of the things that I got, it came in this bag, and it's a weird circle type thing. I assume it's a fish thing. After all, it was at a fish event. It also came with these instructions. I'm just not really sure what it's meant for. If anyone has any ideas, feel free to comment down below. It's called My leak. Maybe it's like you put it under a fish tank, and if a fish tank leaks, it tells you. I'm just not very sure, so if anyone knows what this is, please comment down below. That'd be very much so helpful, needed / stuff. Also, in the goodie bag at Aquashella, they put a bunch of these weird small things in there, and I thought they were kind of cool that I wanted to show it to you. It's like little tubes, and they're full of mini animals. Like this one has a frog in it. This one has maybe an axolotl. Yeah, an axolotl / salamander thing in it. And then this other one has a dolphin. Here's a better close-up on the thing. But yeah, that one kind of looks like a dolphin. This one looks like some sort of weird salamander axolotl thing. And then this is a tiny green frog, if we can get that to focus. That doesn't seem to want to focus, but it's a little green frog. You can take my word for it. But I just kind of wanted to show it to you because those were kind of cool. Also, it just happens to be feeding day for Wayne the axolotl, so I might as well show you that. And I think it'll look kind of cool on this camera because we can get some pretty cool up-close video of it. Here we have Wayne's food. Let me go ahead and turn on this light so we can get a visual on him. Look at him right there. Just chilling, being a cool axolotl. Let's get this opened up. There we go. Bloodworms. Wayne, I have food for you. Let's see if he can get it. Oh, he got it. Every time he eats bloodworms, it just really confuses me. I defrost the food, put it in there, and then every time he tries to eat the whole thing in one piece. I don't know, crazy. And also, when we're in my room, here's all of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books if anyone was interested. But look at this. Pierre. You want some food, bud? I think he wants food. You know, he's always so dumb, it takes him forever to see it, but alright. I think he sees it. He has eyes on it. Ooh, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Oh, and that's a happy leopard gecko. And that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's YouTube video. You know, we got a lot of stuff done. We went to Target, we fed some turtles, we got new shrimp for the aquarium. So I think altogether it was a pretty successful day. If you're seeing this, that means you made it all the way to the end. Thank you so much. Feel free to drop a like down below if you want to, if you thought it was a good video. But that's pretty much everything I have to say. Thank you again so much for watching. It means a lot, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out!